In this video, I wanted to answer one of the questions that I get asked the most. How do you make gold in Diablo 4? Now, let's be real. Making gold in Diablo 4 is not easy. Spending gold in Diablo 4 is extremely easy, especially when you get into masterworking your gear and re-rolling the existing masterworking that's on your gear. It's 5 million every time you reset it, not including the mats. So, while there is a lot of avenues you can make gold in the game, just don't give you enough. Doing cinders from the health tides and opening the chests, doing dungeons, doing various activities, including the whispers, they don't bring in enough gold to sustain you. So how do you make gold? How do you see these people with billions and billions of gold? Well, it might seem obvious, and it is. Selling your items. Selling your items is the best way in the game currently to actually make gold. Now, you see people posting in the trade chat, you see people, maybe selling to their friends. It's just not efficient. And you'd be surprised how many people don't know that there's third-party websites that you can list your gear, and they'll hook you up with someone else who's looking for that gear, and you'll be able to sell it. And you'll be able to find market prices and trending or crooked. I need the gear. You're gonna find gear. Let's be real. You're going to find good gear that is not for your build. That is not for your class. So when we find that gear that is not for our build, and it's good, it's got 1 GA on it, possibly 2 GAs or better on it, we're gonna head over to a third-party website such as Diablo Trade and check what that gear is worth. You would be surprised how much stuff that you might be breaking down that has value. Even things such as 1 GAs can hold, extreme value for particular builds. I sold a double GA ring this season alone for 25 billion. 25 billion gold for a single ring. Regular ring, not a unique, just a regular ring that someone else needs for their build. Now, obviously, there's going to be certain GAs and double GAs that are going to hold more value. The key, if you don't know, is to look. Because there's going to be basically gear that is out there for other meta builds. And those meta builds, their gear demands a premium. So how do I get mats consistently for my streams and for runs? How do I get gear I need that I can't find or I've been farming for hours? I buy it with gold from other gear I sold that people need for their builds. So let's take a peek at Diablo Trade. This is one of the many third-party websites out there that you can actually go in and you can see what stuff is sold for, and you can list your items. Now you do have to sign in with the Battle.net Authenticator. They have a little disclaimer where you can see it. You're going through Battle.net. They're not releasing your information. This is so you can link your Battle.net to the person that's on. Now, if you're on console and you're doing this, you're going to have to make sure that you have your cross-platform enabled. That way you can join parties with the people you're selling to and be able to do these trades effectively. Otherwise, you just won't be able to join a party with them. One important thing to note is always check your gear. Items you get from the loot goblins, items you get from various events like the seasonal events, they're typically account bound. It's going to say it right on the item. It's going to say account bound, just like it says on the mythical unique items. So those can't be traded. So double check. Make sure before you list it so you don't make yourself look foolish and make somebody wait for nothing. But this is the key that a lot of people are missing. And I talked to countless people in streams who have multiple level 100 characters and they're not utilizing this. They didn't know it existed. If you want to be able to effectively keep your gold flow high, you need to be selling items that you don't need, especially good items. Because breaking them down and getting a few mats for them isn't going to make the same difference for you that season as selling something will. Now, softcore and hardcore, there's a massive difference in the economies. Things are typically worth 10 to 20 times more on softcore. Why? There's more people, there's more gold, there's more items. Selling something for 20 billion on the hardcore environment, nobody has 20 billion. Even the bots and stuff don't exist on those servers, because what happens in hardcore if you die? You lose everything. So just make sure you're looking in the right server that you're on. If you're in Eternal, make sure you're looking for stuff in Eternal. you'd be surprised. There's still a lot of people that play Eternal, and there's still a lot of items being listed in the Eternal realms. You can also use this to grab boss mats. This is how I get a lot of boss mats. When I run out of boss mats, I've farmed. So, it might seem obvious that this website and these other websites are out there, as Diablo doesn't have a built-in trade market like similar games like PoE. Even though it's still a website, it's an internal. This is external. There is no real risk. You're going to add someone to your party. You got to click twice before the trade comes through. You put the item in, they put the gold in, and vice versa. You lock the trade, they lock the trade, then you both hit accept after it's both locked, where no one can pull anything out. There's no real risk. You can remove the person from your friends list after. Typically, these trades only take minutes. You get a message back, you add them, or they get a message back, they add you, you're done. So yeah, if this video helped you in any way, if you didn't know this existed or you didn't know that your items actually held value, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be coming out with a lot more videos. I'm just kind of putting them on hold right now with the new season, the expansion, the Vessel of Hatred coming out. Everything's going to kind of change. And I figured this is something that, regardless, as long as something's tradable, this isn't going to change. Diablo Trade's going to update to make sure it flows with the expansion. You're still going to be able to trade, certain items, and they're still going to have value. So check it out. If you're not utilizing one of these third-party websites, like I said, there's several. Utilize it. You need the gold. This is how you can get those good masterworks done. This is how you can find that piece of gear that you can't seem to get a drop for. So good luck. Hopefully you can fill up your gold inventory. I'm out.